What's up, guys? It is Anti-Meta Doom, and welcome back to another review. Now, when it comes to CFB, I'm a Dynasty guy through and through, but this year, things are a little different. With EA saying they are handling player imports from mode to mode differently this year, the grind and road to glory might actually matter, which in theory should give us a seamless pipeline to take our players straight from CFB's Road to Glory mode into Madden's Superstar mode. So today, we're kicking off a two-part series. We're deep diving into the college football Road to Glory review to see if the mode holds up, setting the stage before we transfer Magnus Keyboard Murphy into Madden's Superstar mode for a review of that. Does Road to Glory actually deliver on the hype? Let's break it down and see. When it comes to the high school experience in Road to Glory, EA got a lot of the initial setup right. Being able to create custom high school teams is a really neat touch, and the character creator gives you plenty of diverse options for hair and player models. I appreciate that you can either build a prospect completely from scratch or quickly start with an archetype modeled after a real-life great. This gets you on the field and into the action right away. On the field, though, the overall atmosphere and presentation don't really set themselves apart from standard college games, which makes it feel less like a true high school football experience. Your progression is directly tied to hitting coach goals to build up your tape score. While that creates a focused game loop, it can get frustrating when you're working with the limited play calls and dealing with bad AI teammates. Personally, I like the key moments because it speeds up the process to getting to college, but it does come with moments of frustration. Where the high school phase really shines is the recruiting system. It felt fair and engaging. You start out with offers from lower tier schools, but as your tape score rises, you gain national attention. Managing your recruiting board weekly feels like a fun mini-game. If you target a top school as a low recruit, or if their depth chart is already stacked at your position, they'll flat out tell you they're not interested. Say the wrong thing when a coach reaches out, and you might drop on their board while boosting another school's interest in you. Checking depth charts of potential schools weekly to see your chances of starting day one keeps you interested right up until the hat selection ceremony. But the funny thing about that is the rosters are completely different after the offseason. A team could have gotten a player from the transfer portal and the roster position looks completely different. Overall, the high school experience was okay and a solid addition for those who wanted it back, but once was enough for me. I ended up skipping it on my second and third playthroughs. Gameplay is easily the best part of Road to Glory. I played through careers as running back, defensive end, and free safety. Running back was my favorite, followed by safety. At running back, you get to stay involved and impact the offense on virtually every down. You really feel the difference between archetypes too. Building a contact seeker like Eddie George and an east-west playmaker like Reggie Bush or a cover specialist like Ed Reed completely changed how I approached the field. Player progression, on the other hand, is absolutely terrible. You never have enough skill points to upgrade your attributes, physicals, and mentals. Even when you earn cap breakers, you don't have enough skill points to actually unlock those stat boosts. EA artificially throttled XP gains to nudge players towards microtransactions. Pushing pay-to-win mechanics in a single-player mode is absolutely absurd, and EA needs to calm the hell down. They claim they balanced out progression, but if you dominate and break records, you aren't rewarded the way you should be. The only silver lining is that when you finally do dump points into maxing out those skills, physicals, and mentals, you actually notice the ratings boost during gameplay. But the grind just feels way too punishing to get there. Hands down, the worst part of Road to Glory is the weekly time management system. It is completely unbalanced, restrictive, and honestly sours the entire experience. Every week, you're given a tiny pool of energy points to split between academics, health, fitness, leadership, and brand. In theory, that sounds like a fun balancing act, but in reality, the game forces you into a corner. To keep your player on the field, you have no choice but to pour almost everything into health, fitness, and academics. The system leaves leadership and brand feeling completely obsolete. NIL deals don't feel meaningful at all, so after a while, I didn't even bother touching those categories. What makes it so frustrating is how unforgiving and rigid it feels. You have zero room to experiment. Don't allocate enough points for your studying and you become academically ineligible and you can't play. Don't allocate enough points for your health and fitness, then your wear and tear kicks in and you can't perform at the level that you need to be effective. I literally got sidelined at the end of a season while leading as the #1 Heisman candidate, which is absolutely absurd. EA really should have combined health and fitness while dialing back the harsh academic penalties. Navigating these text menus every week feels like a chore, and it takes away from what should be a fun college football journey. And if you thought weekly time management was bad, the legacy score and draft progression system are completely broken as well. I was putting up monster stats week in and week out. I was getting weekly awards, end of season rewards, individual trophies, but none of that mattered because my legacy score and my draft stock would randomly drop. The core systems in Road to Glory either need some tweaking or a complete overhaul, because in their current state, they make the game less immersive and they ruin the experience. The career mode concept for EA football games is intriguing. Build a prospect from high school all the way to a first round draft pick in CFB 27. Then carry that momentum straight into Madden Superstar mode. But the foundation of that chain is completely broken by a flat out bad experience in College Football 27's Road to Glory. What should be an immersive single-player journey is bogged down by frustrating menus, a broken weekly time management system, throttled progression mechanics that push microtransactions, and a broken draft stock system. Even though the core on-field gameplay is solid and fun as ever, everything surrounding it feels restrictive, rigid, and tedious. I'm giving the Road to Glory mode in College Football 27 a 3 out of 10. I really wanted to like this mode, but it's just boring, and I was ready for the experience to be over. Now, I'll go back to Dynasty where I belong.